Hey guys, and welcome to the Tech Library. Today we want to talk about the Asus Zenbook Duo, which I've used for around 3 weeks now. I want to share my first impressions today, and a detailed review will come online after I used it at least 2 months. But let's unbox it at first. So what do we get? Here is the actual laptop, to which I want to come back later. Here we get some manuals and the pen. It's called the Active Stylus. And finally the charger with the charging block. Another thing you get is this leather case. It has this magnetic mechanism to close it. So let's put the laptop in. And as you can see, the magnet doesn't work really well when the laptop is in. If we add the stylus, it is even worse. So I normally wrap it up like this and it works. But the magnet really is a big mess. Let's start to talk about the laptop. On the left side you get a DC port to charge it, an HDMI port, a USB Type-A port and a USB Type-C port. On the right hand side we have a micro SD card reader, a 3.5mm headphone jack and another USB Type-A port. So let's open it. Here we have that film. It says your creativity starts here, because the Zenbook Duo is primarily made for content creators and other creators like artists. Let's pull it down and turn the Zenbook Duo on. Before using it, let's talk about the specs. You can get 8 or 16 gigs of RAM, an Intel Core i5 or i7 processor and 512GB or 1TB SSD storage. The one that I got here has the i7, 16 gigs of RAM and 512GB of storage. So now I want to talk about the most interesting part of this laptop, the ScreenPad Plus. On the left you have this control center where you can form different groups of applications to quick start them. Maybe it's a bit hard to see, but I have some touch issues on the ScreenPad Plus. You often have to tap multiple times until it recognizes it. As you can see, another problem is that the virtual keyboard opens often for no reason. It would be great if it only turns on if the physical one is disabled. You can open your stuff over the complete second screen, or you split the screen into 2 or 3 sections. So you can open up to 3 apps on the ScreenPad Plus simultaneously. The best way to use the stylus on the Zenbook Duo is with the Asus handwriting app, which learns your handwriting and works perfectly after some time. The writing works with the pen as well as with your finger. You can turn the ScreenPad Plus off as well if it is not needed. This extends the battery life. But how to use the ScreenPad Plus? I often do some gaming on the main screen and use the second screen to watch a series or listen to a podcast. Another great way to use it is Word on the main screen and writing with a pen on the second one. During the pandemic, many of us have Zoom conferences, and with the Asus Zenbook Duo, you can take your notes on the second screen while having a video conference. You can split the main screen into 2 sections to run up to 5 things at the same time. You can easily flip apps to the second screen with moving them or with a physical button. You can fill the two screens as well with one application, which is very useful for video editing because you can have the timeline on the bottom and a lot more space. But let's talk about another problem I noticed so far. Fingerprints. I cleaned the laptop before starting to record, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are already some fingerprints. Anyways, I really like the design from the outside. The color is called Celestial Blue, and the whole design is directed to the Asus logo. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and comment how you would use the second screen. Make sure to subscribe to my channel as well to miss nothing. For even more content, check my Instagram and/or TikTok.